Hello everybody, I have a different video for you today to show off to you. Just something a little bit different, but however nonetheless interesting, in fact actually even more interesting to many of our viewers today. I want to show you something very special that I've had for many years. In fact, I've had this for over about 20 or 21 years or more. I got this as a Christmas present many years ago. But without further introduction, here we go. As you can see here, it's actually a picture of Thomas the Tank Engine, the famous tank engine of the stories by Reverend W. Awdry. And this is actually a special product that was made many years ago. Reverend W. Awdry's famous railway series station book box. I got this when I was a kid, I think probably for the Christmas of 1990 or 1991. It was somewhere in there, but this was a Christmas present. And I've never seen anybody talk about this on YouTube, so I decided to talk about it. I decided I want to talk about it, sorry. And seeing that it's something really special, and a lot of people like Thomas the Tank Engine, young and older, so I decided to talk about it today. So just show you how it goes here. I believe this is long out of production here. So you just, it's a box basically. There he is, the side of the station. And the other side. And of course that was the Sir Topham Hatt, or the Fat Controller, whatever you like to call him, which way you like to call him. But this actually opens up, and there's storybooks inside. And these are the original books with pictures and writing. You might have seen other people show off of these books individually by themselves narrating it themselves, reading out the books on the tube. But I just wanted to show you this whole set that I've had all of these years. It's in pretty good shape, and I did just recently count the books. They're all here. So this goes from book 1 to number 1 to 26 here. So it goes in this direction. And so there's all the titles here. If I can just get it a little bit closer to make it easier for you to read. And yeah, it's pretty impressive. Like here's like the first book. 3 railway engines. This is I know in the story here, I think this is one of the stories in here is Henry getting out of the tunnel, where he was put in the tunnel because he was afraid that the rain would actually spoil his lovely green paint. When I was a kid, Henry was actually my favorite of all of them. Don't know why, but he was. And actually, his book about him is right here. Henry the Green Engine. So, yeah, pretty cool. There's the author's name down below. And, you know, all the original pictures. Oh, that's a picture from the Flying Kipper. And there's Henry. But, I think that he's actually, his shape and dimensions and design, I think he's based off of a Stanier Black 5, a very common steam locomotive found in the UK. I think over 800 of them were built, designed by Mr. Stanier, but no, they're more commonly known as the Black 5. And I actually rode on one on the North Yorkshire Moors Railway when I was 13. One other interesting book here. There's even ones here. Oliver the Western Engine. Here's another good one here that I just want to show out. very interesting one. Enterprising engines. And I think also on the back, no, let me find another one here, a better example. That one doesn't have it, and now here I go out trying to find an example here. The original price for each book is still on it. £2.50. Kind of interesting. Anyway, back to the book, Enterprising Engines. I like this one in particular. Let me open the book. I always like the pictures. They're always a joy to look at. But in one of the stories, Flying Scotsman is actually featured in one of the stories. And there he is. I believe Gordon's design and dimensions is actually based on that locomotive. I actually like the reference in this page here. I could just read it here. The next day the two engines were photographed side by side. And Gordon says, "You've changed a lot." "You've changed a lot," smiled Flying Scotsman. "I had a rebuilt at Crewe. They did not do a proper Doncaster job, of course, but it serves. I had a rebuilt too, and looked hideous, but my owner said I was an extra special engine, and made them give me back my proper shape." Is that why you have two tenders, being special? No, you'd hardly believe it, Gordon, but over there are hardly any coal and water. But surely every proper railway. Exactly, you are lucky, Gordon, to have a controller that knows how to run railways. Actually, I like the references on this page. That's the reason why I read it out. Because Doncaster was where the real Flying Scotsman was actually built in 1923. And since Gordon is obviously modeled, his design and appearance is based on a A3 462 LNER Pacific, designed by Gresley. He would have been, Doncaster there when the Flying Scotsman was built in Doncaster. And Crewe is where a lot of locomotives were built as well. Also, a lot of steam engines were actually built in Swindon as well. But I like the reference on this page. And hopefully Flying Scotsman will be rebuilt and be running again this year after spending a few £1,000,000 on an overhaul. But I like how he's shown in this the reference to Flying Scotsman and everything else. But it's very, very, very nice book. Henry, with all of the tenders that he received because he was jealous of Flying Scotsman having two and him only having one. He was given several very, very dirty tenders filled with sludge and junk and everything. But anyway, very good. It's not for sale, but I'm going to keep these books because they're something very special and just a nice reminds me of my childhood. But anyway, guys, thanks for watching. By any chance, I would recommend to watch bluecoatscheesypoofs YouTube channel because he makes excellent Thomas remakes. In fact, I actually watch it myself sometimes as well. It's actually the best channel I've seen in the last... I haven't seen a channel do as good remakes on them in quite a few years. Actually, his are even better because they're actually made in high definition. But I would like to reference that channel and recommend that you'd actually see it. Thank you for watching and have a good day.